Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to talk to you guys about this application I've been working on, and talk to you about the importance of it in this world that we live in today with everything going on uh, in light. So we're a service that's a preventative service to ensure users are not representing themselves in any negative light through their posts. So yeah, right here is Carson King. If you do remember, he is the guy that donated $2.95 million to the Children's Hospital. And a reporter actually came to him and found some tweets that he had in his past. And Carson ended up apologizing to the public about it, but there was some backlash because the reporter had it in the site. Um, and he ended up also getting backlash, and he ended up getting fired. And so that just shows the importance of this and how many people could have some potential posts out there um, that could be detrimental to their jobs, to their just their life. Um, so our value proposition that's going to set us from our competitors is we're going to be quick, and we're going to discover any posts and resolve them very quickly and shrink our digital footprint, which we all need to do. I'm sure we all have a lot of posts out there right now, tag photos, things like that. Users can scan from a mobile device within seconds, and that's something that our competitors don't have. So we're going to have an application on your mobile device, on your iPhone or Android, that you can log into your social media sites through that app and be given a full report, as well as the ability to regulate feed, posts, likes, and retweets ongoing. So with everything going on, the Black Lives Matter movement and people tweeting about the election and things like that, I feel like this is needed more than ever to kind of regulate what they're posting, what they're liking, what they're retweeting, and things like that. So I'm going to touch on a few of these nine basic components of the business model canvas. So my customer segments are going to consist of Gen Z, people like kids in college, millennials, as well as students who are graduating high school or seeking graduate colleges or jobs, because they're likely going to get a background check of their social media pages, as well as any people who have status like politicians or people of importance who tweet a lot. This ties into our value proposition, which I just explained before. And we're going to use these value propositions, and transport these through the channels right here, using our mobile app, social media platforms, and websites. Okay. And this ties into the freemium model that I thought of. Can't see it. My bad, guys. Okay. Um, so I kind of thought of this model. It's free for one phrase. So whether that's a swear word or a homophobic word or anything like that. So a user can download this app and run a scan for one phrase. After that, since it's a freemium offer, we're gonna offer premium and $10 per month or $100 per year, which includes analysis of Google searches. So you're going to be able to kind of pick and choose what you want when somebody looks up your name, which is important to move the ones, like, let's say you were in, you got arrested and it's number one. We're going to move it down to page 2 instead of page 1 and bring those highlights that you want up there instead. Some key activities that are going to be benefiting us are customer discovery, pitches, and meetings, as well as some key partners. Hopefully, potentially be working B2B with hiring process, um, informing parents for their high school kids, just because universities might start doing some research on social media, since many kids nowadays are using that. Um, So how it works, you're just going to download the application from the App Store or the Google Store. Log in with your information of Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, any of those social media platforms. And then right away, be given flag posts, which can be deleted with the touch of a button. So the importance of that is you don't have to go through your Twitter. So let's say you have 5,000 tweets, you're not going to scroll and scroll and scroll and to find that because you could miss something and end up like Carson King or the actor who just got fired from The Flash for his tweets, the movie. And so that just shows the importance of being able to locate and the flag posts and to delete them really quickly. So why now? And this is super interesting. So the top 5 reasons employers pass on applicants due to social media posts. You can see here poor communication skills when using social media. So if you're posting grammatically incorrect posts, 29% of employers are likely to just turn their heads. Now moving down to inappropriate photographs or videos or written posts, which I mean, I assume we all have some from college and things like that. 46% of employers are going to turn their heads as well. I also found that 49% of hiring managers who screen candidates on social media networks, so they found info that caused them not to hire them. So that's super interesting and concerning, I would say. And out of my own surveys I've done, 25 out of 100 people said they are 25%, sorry, out of 120 surveyed said they are anxious and worried about their social media profiles affecting jobs down the road. So here are a few milestones. So we placed first in the management competition at the U of I. We're runner-up semester report and Founders Club. And we just started the Hawkeye Startup Accelerator, so I threw that on there, and then the launch date of July 2020. So I'm super excited about that. Here's the team. So he's actually, Carter Coppinger is my roommate, one of my good friends. He's doing another internship, so I decided to go through with this, but that's kind of a little bit of his resume there, and that's me on the right. And so here's our slogan, Viral Cleanse. We clean your social media feed so you don't go viral for the wrong reasons, and I think that's super important. And I'm open for any questions, and here's my contact info.
Parker, this is Christy. Do you do anything for images or is it just text?
Yeah, so right now that's a really good question because there are some privacy issues with the pictures. With the competitors that I've researched, I'm pretty sure they stay away from the pictures just because, there could be pictures of people in their swimsuits or things like that. So I'm still working and looking into that, but thank you. Yeah.
So Parker, with a launch date of July, I mean, we're in July now. So is your solution in process? I mean, it seems like it would be a pretty sophisticated algorithm that you would have
so that was just to highlight like the launch date coming up. You know how we have that countdown.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was just throwing that in there. Yeah, we're not like launching that. I wish that'd be great, but because we do need it right now. So
yeah, as someone who believes very strongly in the business model Canvas curriculum, that I know it's too early for you to think about what your solution is going to look like or what types of algorithms you're going to have, but that's going to be real important at some point. And with the minimum viable product, does it have to be on an app? Can it be online? It seems to me that if your customer suddenly realizes that, oh, I'm doing job interviews, I ought to clean up my social media, it might not be a spur of the moment thing. So maybe you could make it you wouldn't have to have your app done at the very start, because it's going to be a thoughtful process. I might have something on there. I need to check it before I get in these interviews. And so just a thought.
Yep. Thank you.
One question that I have, Parker, is for your revenue model, thinking of a subscription. I'm wondering if that's a viable model for you, since this is likely to be a one-time use thing, unless it was a company doing it on behalf of all of their employees, or a team owner doing it on behalf of all their team members, or and I'm not even sure if, but I was somebody who hire management service once and clean their social media, and then going forward be careful.
Yeah.
Or so how did you arrive at the subscription model versus a price per project?
I feel like people make mistakes, and ongoing could be beneficial to students, graduate students who are seeking jobs. I know that my uncle wasn't even seeking jobs, but people were reaching out to him because they were looking over his profile and things like that. And so you got to be on your toes about that kind of stuff, because you never know when you're going to get a job offer from a different company. And so that's why I think it's ongoing as of right now. But I see your point for sure. Most people should just clean it once and then be good and learn from that. But some people might have, people could post and tag them and things like that, or bring something from their past.
Sure, that's
right?
An excellent.
Yeah. So
yeah.
That's my concern, and that's the reason I would keep it ongoing. But yeah,
that's an excellent point. So that could become part of your messaging. I wanted to say, really nice job on this presentation overall, and on your business model canvas. I wondered if you could go back to the BMC. Is there a little bit of conflation between your partners and your market segments?
Yeah, I would say so.
And maybe Greg can speak to that.
Yeah, there is. I mean, partners are is a very liberal term. It can refer to a lot of different people, but so yeah, that's just kind of a concept and style issue. But if I could go back to Jean's first comment about your revenue model being ongoing, I think if you're going B2C, I think she's absolutely right. But if you are, as you explore the B2B options, think about all the associations, I hate to say it, but all of the athletic teams, all of the people that it's an ongoing process to make sure they don't reflect poorly on the program, no matter what it is. And so that might be something. And again, that could be done without an app. It probably would be done without an app. So that is one instance where I think the subscription model would be good, when it's an ongoing effort to protect really the organization as opposed to the individual.
Correct. Okay.
I have got a quick question. So I currently, my kids are a little young to post things that are really going to affect them at this point. They're only 12 and 15. I use the Bark app, which then notifies me. I may have missed it in your presentation too, but with the subscription, does it notify you that there has been, like, someone has tagged you, and then you can go in and remove that or monitor it at some point?
Yeah, that's the plan as of right now, just to get those notifications when you post, and depending on like what you flag as concerning, it'll update you on those types of things. So yes, that's the plan. So.
And I realize I'm very old school. When I was just taught, you don't put anything in an email or on social media that you wouldn't put on a postcard to your grandma. So it's fascinating that we need this today. Parker, I would also like to have you take a look at the comments. Ben McDougall's got some questions for you there.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree. And like, there are softwares that routinely scan documents, and that's the sort of thing that I think you could pay a subscription fee for. So even before you hit the send or post button, it's already looking out for your best interests versus having to get a tag after you submitted something and then having to rush out and go and correct that. That might be a nice sort of added value for people.
Yeah, McDouglas, to answer your question, that's something we're lacking, is the tech background. And so that's where we need to reach out for help. So,
just to break in, for context, the question says, crawling and scraping any platform is high tech. What is your team's internal development capabilities?
yeah.
So you don't have a.
I think that's a great point. Like the proactive nature of it is perhaps the ongoing subscription model now makes a lot more sense. So that's a good thought there, David. Parker, my question about the tech stuff also guides me into like, where are you at with a solution? Is this something that can currently work on one platform, or do you have anything that currently works?
Yeah, great question. There are other competitors out there right now. Scrubber Social is one of them. Branding, something like that. Anyways, they are a similar service, but they're online. And the importance of ours is just going to set us apart would be the app. Sorry, I have so many questions right here.
Here, I'll read another one from the chat here. There's one that's, have you identified any other companies or competition for this service?
Yeah, so Scrubber Social is one of them, and they aren't a big company. They're primarily online, and they've only reached 1,000 people. I know that it's $30 right off the bat to use it because I tried using it, but I did get flagged reports from my posts, so that was really interesting. My favorites and things like that, not necessarily my post, but my favorites came up, which was concerning. But you have to pay $30 right off the bat. And so with our service, I feel like to get people on board, we need to open that up a little bit more and give them at least one free option so they can understand the importance and feel the relief of deleting it. And then after that, it would be premium. So.
Well, I think also like if that's the sort of thing you're interested in, Parker, you could consider what some services do is they audit your content, whether it's your website or whatever, and you could sign up as like a trial and say, hey, could you audit my social media, whatever platforms, and get back to you. And then it's kind of like a doctor, and not really, but saying, hey, here's the problems that I see, or a mechanic, what services do you want to pay for? And then the person can decide how much they want to take advantage of your offerings. And that would potentially, especially if you do this as like a test thing too, that could really help you to refine who's using your service, what are they looking for, what are we missing? And that'd be a great way to kind of do a product market test on what people find valuable about what you're offering. Audits are used by a lot of marketers and other people to really generate leads on businesses, and to really figure out, well, where's my brand positioning to help these people too. But again, that's a huge technological thing that you might have to invest in.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Hey, Parker, this is Eric Weidel. Can you hear me all right? I'm calling from my car. Okay. Nice presentation. I appreciated us. Mark and I spoke a few weeks ago, and he told me about his idea. I've been looking forward to the presentation. A lot of great ideas there, too. One technical question on something I don't know if you thought about or would need to put on your development plan is, I understand that there are some other services which will archive all social media across multiple platforms. That's how some of these recent things have come out. So you're gonna probably have to spend a little bit of time thinking about how to deal with other services that copy everything that's posted on social media and just make essentially backup copies of that and keep that offline. So otherwise, really nice job.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Any other questions?
Hey, this is a really cool idea. I love it. I'm just curious, there was something kind of weird about, people being able to delete their old things. So I'm just curious let me elaborate. Like, what's the point of like monitoring yourself if you're still a shitty person, right? So I'm curious if there's room for a personal development component in this app or subscription model. I don't know if it includes books, podcasts, TED Talks or anything, kind of to like make someone better. Is that something that has crossed your team's mind, or, perhaps something you could
through customer discovery. Through customer discovery, we found many people are worried about social media's future because it's very toxic and people, get anxiety from it and depression and things like that. So maybe a TED Talk would be good, or like a podcast or just some things to highlight and to help those who are struggling, even those who are posting and are just think that the First Amendment doesn't apply to them and they have no consequences. So yeah, good point.
So in the presentation, you talked about Google search results and how you were going to move people from, where they couldn't be found on the first page further down. How are you going to accomplish that? Are you going to flood the Google search with other nicer stuff, or how exactly is that going to work?
Yeah, so you just flood it with stuff that's already out there of yourself, and bring that up. So it's more relevant and try to push those down. I haven't looked into it too hard, but I know that that's an important option because users will look up, their candidates on Google. So yeah, not a great question, but not too in-depthly yet just because I haven't gotten that far. So.
Sure. Any other questions?
Well, I have one. I remember hearing, this is something I heard probably 5 years ago or longer. I was taking a course at Kirkwood, and that teacher's wife worked at the U, and he told me of an incident where she turned down an applicant for a job after looking at his Facebook. And I remember hearing then that, when something was on Facebook, there was no getting rid of it. Have you found an antidote for that, or?
I haven't. These services will, those, I see what you're saying, because they always say that your post will always be out there forever, but if they're linked to your profile, you can get those removed with an algorithm that rewrites it. So,
okay.
But let's say someone posted something about you on their own account, that's probably tough to get off.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Thank you.
Yep.
All right. It's about that time. I'm going to ask the traditional final question. What can we as a community do to help you?
Yeah, just reach out to me if you have any advice. Here are emails right here. So other than that, thank you for all your questions and advice. I appreciate it.